Welcome back, guys. What are we doing today? We are doing this upholstery. So we've got the grey finally, and this is what we're going to be putting on the seats and on the door cards, obviously with a little bit of white as well. So we're going to cover these door cards first, and I've just started with this side panel here, this one here. That'll do first. So first thing we've got to do is obviously cut a piece out and then apply the contact adhesive via a spray gun. And I have got this is the old trusty old trusty spray gun from probably 20 years ago, and it was actually a primer gun. And I don't know if you can see there, but I've actually bought out the centre just so I can get more air and the contact adhesive through it. But you can see doesn't even need to be cleaned out. I just run some thinners through it at the end, and it's been going forever. So I only use this gun to apply contact adhesive to the parts. So that's all we've got to do. So anyway, we're going to use this, and I will start the process now. So generally all these cards have to be covered in grey and completed, and then we'll come back with the white centre sections and glue those over the top. And then of course we'll end up putting all the chrome trim on top of that, which is over here. I can show you that right now. There's the chrome trim here, and that's all from Wolfberg West as well. It's all still packaged up, so I've got to take it out. There's the centre divider for the bulkhead. And yeah, anyway, so we'll get cracking on this. I'll set you up on a tripod here, and we'll get crack-a-lacking. Okay guys, so you can see how I've cut out the piece. These are the little points that I add, and they actually get folded over like so once we apply the glue. Yeah, you get your little pattern like this, and you just bend it all over. You still have to do a little bit of trimming, but that's how I go about doing it. I'm sure there's other ways. I'm sure there's some upholsterers out there that will go, no, he's doing it wrong. But yeah, I can get it to work. So anyway, that's one piece done. What we're going to do now is separate the two pieces and put the contact adhesive on them. You can see I've actually drawn a border so I know where to place the piece back on. If I remove this guy, you can see it gives me a nice indication of where this has to go back on. Because you don't get a lot of once this contact adhesive starts to go tacky and you place it on, you ain't going to be moving it much. So, one thing to note when you're doing this, remember that you have one side. Don't go and put this on the wrong side and cut it all out, because, and I have done that before too, so make sure you're paying attention to which side it has to go on and which side you need to cut your pattern out on too. Yeah, so that's just one thing to remember. So obviously next thing we've got to do now is apply the contact adhesive to this and to this, and then we let it dry for roughly 10 minutes. I normally just do the finger test. I'll just place my fingers on the glue, and if it doesn't transfer to your hands, you're good to go. You're good to slap it all together. All right, so yeah, we'll get on to the painting part. All right, so this is what I'm using, guys. This Sikabon contact fix. So we'll pop some of that into our container. Don't go too crazy. We've got blowflies. Get out of here. Little bastards. Okay guys, so you can see here, I just place my fingers and I'm getting nothing back on the top. So we're pretty much ready to go. This stuff obviously, with a bit of air, compressed air on it, you can speed up that process of the thinners evaporating out of the glue. Basically, that's what's going on. So that's not too bad. I mean, you are going to get a little bit of overspray on the bench. Now, if you get this glue onto this surface, it will come off. It doesn't matter if it dries on there. You can get a piece of rubber, or and it just you can rub it off with a piece of rubber. It's actually pretty cool. I reckon that's pretty good. Okay, so we'll line this guy up onto our piece, making sure we are getting it the right way. Like so. Now what we have to do is just apply a little piece of glue around here. Righto guys, so we're ready to, this is touch dry now, about 5 minutes. we're ready to flip it all over. I normally start just in the middle here like this and just pay attention to sticking the edge down nicely, and then I'll just, you can see I'll actually start on the corner of the MDF first, just like so, and then slowly roll her over and keep a bit of tension in this direction, like so. Now this is the part that's a little bit tricky, so I'll just do that like that. Just try to get this little part in here like so. Just open that up a bit. There we go. Oh, you can tell we're in Australia, eh? You can hear the kookaburras. Yeah, the corners are always a little bit tricky, but you just take your time. See, this one here, not quite right, so we can actually take a little bit more off that. It hasn't given us enough real estate there. We can actually take it off here. So I can hear a kookaburra. I might just see if I can show you guys. I reckon he's outside on the pole. There he is. You can see up there, guys, there's a couple of kookaburras. And they're sussing me out. They're like, what is this guy doing? Let's see if we can get a little bit of a closer look. They'll probably fly off. There they go. Well, the other one's still hanging in there. Oh, there he goes. Alright, get back to our job. Just giving that a bit of a stretch, like so. Tension. Okay, so let's have a look how this turned out. Always good just to give it a press down with your fingers. Really pay attention to the edges. Beautiful. Alright, we'll go and check this. Pop it in the bus just for a trial fit. It's going to go nicely. Beautiful. Alright, so that one's done. We will just leave him in here actually and move on to the next one. Okay, so this one's done. Came up pretty good. No issues at all. So obviously we're going to have a white strip over the top of that now, and yeah, so that'll get done last. I think I'll just do all the grey first on all of it, and then come back and do all the white. So I think she's stopped raining now. Yeah, I just had to pull the bus in because it got no windows in it and the sides. I think things getting wet inside. So all right, we'll continue. Righto guys, so I've just got the side cargo door sections in the grey, and a bit of a change of plan. Instead of covering them all in grey and then putting the white strip on top of the grey, I decided just to save some material to leave a gap in it. So taken that piece off the front doors, I've just taken that strip off while the glue was still a little bit soft, so peeled off pretty easy. And that piece that I've taken off from the middle, I'm using it for these bits here just to save on material. Probably a bit of a silly thing to do, but yeah, I think it'll actually end up looking a bit better. Where the white and grey meet in the middle, that line has to be reasonably straight, but there is going to be a chrome trim that goes over the top of it, so it does hide it. So, but still, you've got to get it reasonably accurate. So, these are nice straight edges on the other side of these, and then I'll just be laying the white over the top of that, probably with a 1mm overlap on each side, and then go from there. Yeah, you do use a fair bit of glue. Like I reckon I'm halfway through that 4-litre tin of glue. It's over $100. It's not cheap stuff at all. But you've got to use really, really high quality contact adhesive. If you're going to do this job, don't buy spray cans, because you'll go through like 20 spray cans and they're like $20 a can. You've got to buy it in bulk. You've got to get, even 10 litres would be better than 4 litres. Like, you've still got to be reasonably skimpy with it, but you can't. You've got to lay it on reasonably thick, otherwise it will, with heat, it'll come off. It'll just start peeling on the corners. So yeah, be quite liberal on these areas when you're spraying it on. Yeah, like I said, prime a gun with the biggest opening on your tip you can get. I think that was originally a 2-point tip on it, and I've drilled it out, made it bigger. It is what it is. Anyway, we'll keep going. Righto guys, so we're on to the white vinyl, and I've done the same thing with this long panel. I ended up just cutting that little section out of the middle of it, and then I can reuse the grey. All I've done here is just worked out the measurement here. I've got a nice green line I've got to cut along, which will be fun. And I've allowed about, I reckon, 3mm either side when I go and lay that piece down. And then obviously the chrome trim goes on top of it. So it has to be reasonably accurate, and we'll see how we go. Anyway, we're going to cut this line now with a razor blade and a steady hand. Let's see how we go. Razor blade. So this is what I've done. I've just applied the glue to this one side and taped it off, and then obviously applied the glue onto this bit here, and just got a card down there to protect the other side. And then once this is tacked off, then I can very, very gingerly and slowly and accurately, hopefully, we'll see how that goes, place it in position. I've actually given a little bit of an extra gap along the side there, and if there's a little bit of extra glue on there, no big deal. The chrome trim will cover it up. So this is the way I'm going. I'm sure there's a better way of doing this. If any auto upholsterers are out there, let me know if I'm doing it right or not. Who knows? But we'll see. Anyway, that looks about how we should go. We'll just make sure she's still a little bit wet. We'll just wait for that to dry off a little bit more, and then we can pop this side down, and then of course we will flip up the other side, spray that side, and continue. Okay guys, so that's it pretty much all put down. You can see it's reasonably straight if you look at the line down there, and obviously we've got the chrome trim that will go over the top of that, so any little slight wave will disappear. That one wasn't so straight, but yeah, I've sort of rubbed all the glue off it. Being white, we've just got to be careful not to get it dirty, but that one's good to go. I'll put that back in the bus for now, and we'll end up doing all the chrome trim at the end, because it comes in a pack of like so many pieces and you don't know where what goes where. So we'll just move on to the front doors now, and we'll get the white section glued up on those, and yeah, keep going. Here's the front door, and this is how they come from Wolfberg West in their little packets, the chrome trim. Their description's kind of yeah, a little bit hard to read on that. Might be better if they actually put front door up, you know, like you kind of try to read that and you're like, huh? What are they talking about? Anyway, pretty weird with these trim. They're not 100% right to the corners where you'd kind of think they would be. There is gaps in them. Obviously, you got to put your winder in the middle there, so there's a gap either side of that. But anyway, we'll get them. It's a pretty easy process. Obviously, just drill the holes and bend the tab over on the other side. It's not too difficult. So anyway, we'll get this door done and we'll move on to the next ones. Righto guys, so here we are, they're all finished. I've just laid them out on the ground just so you can see what's going on with all of them. A couple of the curved ones for the back. Yeah, they come up really nice. They're going to look good when they're all installed. We'll probably do that in the next video. The only ones I haven't done are the top guys up there, because they have to be done in the same material as the headlining, and that'll carry on through the sides there. And I also haven't done this spare tyre section there, because I haven't got the mould here, so that's got to come from the parents' place. So that will be the only other parts I've got to do, but we will be able to, in the next video, start screwing them and getting, you know, all the front doors, the kick panels, getting those all installed and putting them all in position. So I will catch you in the next video. If you're liking the content, subscribe away, it helps the cause. And yeah, if there's anything else you want to see with this bus anyway, give us a comment. You can always endeavour to try and add extra bits and pieces in there. Cool. All right, cheers for now guys, catch you later.